And we are live. Hello, everyone, once again. And thank you so much for being there on this session two of our Train Up a Child conference. And today we have a wonderful, pretty speaker with us. Her name is Priscilla Canis Obi. And she's not my sister in law, but she's a sister.
Okay, so just I think Z has is maybe experiencing some kind of network issues. So welcome everyone. I don't know if anyone is here live and can see and hear me. She was just about to go on with the introduction before the glitches in the network. So if everyone is, if there's anyone that can see me or can still hear us, please kindly indicate so that we know that we're live. I'm sure she's working hard to get back on this evening's show. So if anyone is here already, please let me know. Let me know. I think with some network issues. Okay, great. She's back. Great. I think she's coming back up. Oh, great. She's back. So
Okay.
take it away.
So sorry about that. So our speaker is Miss Priscilla Canis Obi, and she's the CEO of and founder of Nature First, and she has a mission to help Africans nourish and heal naturally. She's a speaker, she's a trainer, and also she's an author. Let's welcome Miss Priscilla to Train Up a Child 2023. Thank you so much, ma'am. God bless you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's a delight to be here. Thank you so much. First of all, I just want to say a very big thank you to ZOB. Like you heard her say in the introduction, ZOB, we're not related by blood, but we are sisters. ZOB has a phenomenal work in raising parents that will be valuable, intentional. I've followed her work over the years. And when she said I was going to speak at this event, I was both excited and I saw it as an opportunity to cooperate with the good work that she's doing. Thank you so much, Z, for having me here. Thank you to everyone who is here this evening. Very quickly, I want to say thank you also to the speaker who spoke just before me, Mommy Mo. I learned a lot of valuable lessons in that session. And I hope tonight that you're going to learn amazing things as we proceed with the conference. Thank you so much. So welcome to this session. In this session, we're going to be dealing with natural remedies for a happy, healthy, and a wholesome family. And I know this topic is very dear to my heart. And as a matter of fact, I have a book covering some of this topic as well. But then today we're going to be looking at it from an entirely different perspective. And we're going to be looking at it from the family circle, from the family circle from the angle of parenting. I must add that, and I must join my voices to the voices of other people, other speakers that have come before me in this conference to say that parenting is not a one-person affair. Parenting goes beyond you. Parenting has to do with the two adults, the two people, and even more who are raising children. The two people who are raising children, and even more than the two people who are raising children. Parenting affects a whole lot in our lives, in our families, and in the society at large. So today, while we talk about natural remedies, while we'll talk about methods, therapies, and all of these plant-based solutions, I want you to know, and I want you to also share it with your partner, with those who are going on the parenting journey with you. So if you're a man, share it with your wife, and if you're a husband, if you're a husband here, share it with your wife, and if you're a wife here, please do well to share the things that you're learning at this conference with your husband. So quickly, I'll just give us a few statistics and then we dig in. Now, according to the WHO, in a 2022 survey, we find out that about 1 billion people worldwide are obese. About 1 billion people worldwide are obese. Now, this is more than 10% of the world population. And this is a big deal because it impacts other areas of our lives. And another survey has it that about 422 million people worldwide have diabetes. Now, these diseases I'm mentioning are closely related to lifestyle. Now, these diseases I'm also talking about, they don't just come upon you. No. You don't sniff in diabetes from the air. Neither is it communicable. No, diabetes is a non-communicable disease. It means that you don't just get it by touching something or touching someone. You don't get it by sniffing it in the air or being in a place where diabetics are. No, diabetes is a lifestyle problem. And this lifestyle problem comes from diet mostly, what people eat, what they feed on, and all of that. Now, we see that these statistics are quite disturbing, and if we don't do a thing about it, we may somehow become part of the statistics in the future. But I believe that we don't want this for our families, we don't want this for our children, we don't want this for our household, we don't want this for our spouses. You don't want to try to make all the money to give the quality of life that you want to your family and then end up discovering towards the end of your life that you can't really enjoy the life that you've worked so hard for. And so that's why we're bringing this knowledge to help you understand that as a family, you guys can live together. You guys can build a happy, wholesome, and a healthy family, which is very important. Quickly, as we proceed in this training tonight, let me quickly read. There's this particular scripture that fascinates me all the time. It's also in my book. It fascinates me because it's really powerful. It looks simple, but very powerful. And that's in Genesis 1:29. It says, "And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for your food." To you, some versions will say, to you it shall be for your meat. So I've come across people, especially in the course of my work in the nutrition and wellness industry, and a lot of people say, oh, you talk a lot about herbs, you talk a lot about this and that. Are you sure you're not becoming a herbalist? And then they make jokes with it and all of that. And I tell them, sure, I am a herbalist because I educate people, I enlighten people. I also provide people with that information on how to use herbs to improve their life. So, but before now, people had the opinion, opinion that when you say someone is a herbalist, it means the person is fetish and all of that. But that's not true. So today I'm going to be teaching you how you can use some of these herbs to improve the quality of health of your family. Now, that being said, there's another scripture that also fascinates me in Revelation. In Revelation chapter 22, verse 2. And it says, down the middle of the great street of the city, on each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. Now, while we cannot just lift this literally, but there's a message here. It talks about the leaves of the tree being for the healing of the nations. And in our time, even in the times of our parents and the parents of our parents before us, we have seen how, especially in this part of the world in Africa, how people have healed using herbs, how people have healed using nature's gifts. So I'm going to proceed by saying that in the course of this session, you're going to be learning about some of these things. Consider them to be God's creation. Consider them to be a gift from God, which is meant to bless us, to improve the quality of our lives, instead of seeing them as things that are just fetish or local, as some people use the demeaning words to refer to them. Okay, quickly. So first point I want to make tonight in this session is that food is medicine. I don't know if there's anyone listening. Please, can you just type in the comment section, say food is medicine. 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 Now, you want to understand that you eat when you're hungry, or you eat because you're hungry. But then there's a philosopher who said this, and I quote, "Let your food be your medicine, and let your medicine be your food." So in as much as the role of food is to fill you up, to take away hunger, food can also and will also continue to serve as medicine. But then what kind of food, you may want to ask? Is it just any kind of food? I just go out there, maybe to an eatery, to a restaurant, or to my kitchen, I whip up anything and take it to be food? No, we're going to understand that. Now, especially for parents who have young children, I understand that some parents here have very young children. These habits of eating right have to be cultivated early enough in life. And I'm going to emphasize on this point really greatly, because this is one point that actually touches me, touches my heart. Thank you so much. Food is medicine. I can see the comments. Thank you. Now, I'm going to emphasize on this point because we live in a generation where everything is fast. Our data has to be fast. Our banking system has to be fast. Our feeding, our cooking, eating has to be fast. Our communication has to be speedy fast. Our mode of transportation has to be fast. And so we are most times prioritizing speed. We are most times prioritizing speed. We're most times concerned about how fast we can get this instead of how qualitative can this be. And now I must also emphasize that if you have children, or when you have children as a parent, most of the time, your children don't really know what your children. They don't know what to consume. Sorry about that. They don't know what to eat. They don't know what to consume. You are the one that will inform their feeding choices. So when you give birth to a baby, some homes, after the period of the exclusive breastfeeding, the mother begins to introduce other foods. Some people introduce pap, some people introduce cereal, and all of that. The baby doesn't immediately tell you that, no, mommy, today I want this other brand. No, the baby receives what you feed them with. The baby takes what you feed them with. So as a parent, you are the major determinant of the nutrition in your home. And if there are mothers on this call, mothers, the bulk lies on your shoulders. It rests on your shoulders. So whatever you don't put in your pot, your children wouldn't really get to eat. So it takes an intentional mother to be able to control, to be able to direct, to be able to guide the entire family in making nutrition decisions. Now, a family who has young children, you must ensure that your children have a balanced meal. I put some time ago on my Facebook account where I said, I didn't know before then, that it was a thing for mothers to do for some mothers, I beg your pardon, to do anything they can to make sure their kids have a kind of what is called an ajebota look. And when I put up that post, the comment section went on fire. I saw how some mothers were giving all kinds of junk, like stuffing their kids with junk, and people were sharing real-time stories just so that their children will have the ajebota look. And what is this ajebota look? It is mostly obesity, overweight, heavy kids, you know, that when they climb the stairs in the house, they're already panting. And I ask, to what end? To what end is this decision? To what end? So when people come and say, oh, this baby look like a big man's child, and then that's the selfish gratification that mother has, or I really couldn't place it. Now, we need to understand that beyond the physical looks, we need to invest in the health of our children. We need to invest in the health of our family. Food can be an investment, or food can become a liability. The food your family consumes can either become an investment or a liability. And I'm going to show you how this happens. Now, for young children, you have young children, you need to enrich their meals with protein-rich food. Protein-rich food, such as fish, eggs, chicken, beans. I know a lot of kids say, I don't like beans, I don't like beans. Then you need to get creative, mom. You need to get creative. And you know, in the nutrition space, there are a lot of this debate here and there. Today, everybody is proposing one thing or the other. And, you know, a lot of people now will say, yes, but beans is more of carbohydrates and then protein. But it's better to have some protein than have no protein at all. So create a balance. You can find fun ways for them to enjoy beans. It could be beans and stew. It could be porridge beans. It could be made into flour and made as akara. It could be made into bean soup. So you need to find ways. It could be made into moi moi. Find ways to incorporate a balanced meal. Protein rich, what about tofu? I shared recently on my Facebook profile the step-by-step way to make tofu. Tofu is simply what we call awara in northern Nigeria, made from soya bean. So it can be made into cake. Like for some kids that don't like eating so much of meat, I have a child that doesn't really fancy meat. He can have his meal without meat. He doesn't really bother. Sometimes I literally have to force him to finish his meat. So for such a child, I make some of those things once in a while so that he can take and enjoy those benefits as well. So we must be intentional. Nuts are also very fantastic for children. And with nuts, we have a wide variety. We have groundnuts, we have cashew nuts, we have almond nuts. And sometimes just have these children snack on these things. There are lots of packaged and overly processed snacks out there that are not so healthy for the children. And you know, the sad thing is some parents have their children eat this every day, and then later in life you want them to make an adjustment and start, you know, changing their diet. How is that going to happen? It's going to be tougher. So it's easier to bend or to coil a fish while it's still fresh than when it is old and it has become stiff. When you make attempts to coil it at that point, it breaks. So now is the right time as a parent, as a valuable parent, to put your feet on the ground, to make those sacrifices for your home, to say in this home, every day we must eat a fruit or a vegetable. I do that in my home every day. I remember, thankfully, when my kids were in their 2s and 3s, you know, and they started going to preschool at 3-year-olds and all of that. We happened to be in a school where instead of the normal packaged snack, you have fruits for snacks. So fruits were called snacks. And that helped them. Now we moved out of that environment and they have to go into a different school. But in this new school, that rule doesn't apply. You can bring whatever you can to school for snacks. But then I maintained that culture. And so we have our cheat days, we call it Wednesdays, where they can eat other snacks. Like they could take popcorn or they could take biscuits and all of that. But every other day of the week, they go to school with the snacks, which is fruits. So sometimes it is chopped apples, sometimes it is pineapples, sometimes it is watermelon. That watermelon we usually drag it. My daughter doesn't like it, so I combine it with pineapple so that she finishes it. Sometimes we do cucumbers, sometimes we do guavas, and we take advantage of the fruits in season. So you must invest. And what this does is that it nourishes their system. It improves and strengthens the immune system. See, I'm a living testimony, right? I'm a living testimony of the power of nature. For those who follow me on social media, on how I even got into this field in the first place, was how God used nature to heal my son. So I have young children, and I've seen the power of nature. And I watch them grow up. It's amazing how this different change of weather will come, and they are always there. Strong, healthy, and all that. But I know I also share on my social media. I share tips. I share things that I do. I was making a joke the other day, and I was like, my children said they needed a break from all the herbs and spices. And so we decided to do, there was fish rolls, and then we served it with some chilled drinks and all of that. That wasn't, the normal one, the usual ones they were used to. Now you must make effort. All of these things requires an effort. But what this is doing is that an investment is being made into their health bank. So you need to make an investment in the health bank of your family. Please type in the comment section, make an investment in the health bank of your family. Make an investment in the health bank of your family. You need to make an investment. In the future, both now and in the future, you are going to continue to draw from it. You're going to continue to draw from it. You're going to continue to benefit from it. When you're raising children, you're not spending money unnecessarily in the hospital. They are not sick every now and then. They are waxing stronger. They are growing stronger. And they are going through all the phases of life in health and vitality. As a parent, it gives you a whole lot of stability to be able to pursue your dreams, your aspirations, and all of that. But if every now and then, because of poor food choices, you are in and out of the hospital and all of that, then you know that there's a problem. So please, food is medicine. Also, fruits and vegetables, like I just shared in my own experience, fruits and vegetables, they help nourish the system. And make it a rule that every day there must be consumption of fruits and vegetables in your home. You can make I have a timetable in my kitchen. Monday, this particular food, we're taking watermelon. Tuesday, we're taking pineapples. Wednesday, mangoes if it's in season, or garden eggs if it's in season. Stuff like that. So I hear people say this a lot, and they say eating healthy is expensive, and I just laugh at the level of ignorance. Especially in a country, if you are in Nigeria, you see that we are blessed with a lot of these things. Especially when fruits are in season, take advantage of them, consume them, enjoy the nutrients that come from them. Our soil in this country is largely uncontaminated, so whatever you get is mostly healthy. So buy into consuming fruits that are in season. Before long, another fruit in season will come, and you enjoy all of that. And you see that you keep going in circles, and you are enjoying a lot of these things without even having to break the bank. So perhaps there's a parent here saying, oh, but my children, they don't really like fruits. What do I do? There are different ways you can get them to enjoy fruits and vegetables. You can make fruit juices. Use your juicer. Pour in some pineapples, pour in some oranges, and extract the juice. If you don't have a juicer, use your blender. Blend the juice, strain, put them in a sieve or in a cheesecloth, strain it, get out the juice, and give them to drink. So you can also make smoothies. There's this smoothie recipe I made. Let me share the smoothie recipe I made recently, and it got everyone in the house like, ooh. I had frozen bananas. Okay, I think I put it on Facebook. I had frozen bananas. I had strawberries. I had a little mint leaf. I had cinnamon, just a little cinnamon powder from Nature First, and then I blended it into a smoothie. The taste was amazing. It was like ice cream. Most of the ingredients were frozen, so it was like ice cream. Like if you taste it, you would think it was ice cream they bought from somewhere. And they enjoyed all of that. So make it fun. I brought something here to show us another thing. Okay, this is melted now. Yeah, it's melted now because I brought it out for a long time. I call it fruit popsicles. As you can see, this is like the ice cream they take from the store, fruit popsicle. So I have this mold. It's called the popsicle mold. Let me just lift it so you can see. A popsicle mold. You can see that. So my kids have this. I just make fruits into a smoothie. I make fruit. This one is, I think it was part of the banana, strawberry, mint, yeah, cinnamon. We had this, and I think a little ginger. And so you just fill it into that mold and put it in the freezer to freeze. And so whenever it's time to take this one, I'm home alone. So they went on vacation. So I'll finish this up before they arrive. But then this is an exciting way to get them to take fruit. So every now and then we have them do the work with me. While I do the slicing of the fruits, they get to put it in the blender and blend it. When we blend it, we fill it into that mold and it freezes and becomes like ice cream and everybody is excited, but they are taking in food. So you need to be creative as a parent to find way. Now for adults, how about adults? You must also take your immune boosting seriously. I put up something today on Facebook where I was talking about how a lot of adults are sleep deprived. I was mentioning that post and then someone was saying, oh, but we have to make money now. We have to be out there. I tell you what, if you are not healthy enough, that money you're chasing, that contract, that business you're chasing, you won't even have the strength to pursue it. Or alas, you pursue it for a while, but then your strength will just fail at some point. Or health will fail at some point, but you don't want that to happen. So this is the time to strengthen your immune system, right, with the right kind of food. There are also foods that help adults and even children to boost their immunity. Herbs such as garlic and ginger. And we are so blessed in this part of the world. In fact, Nigeria's ginger, Nigeria's garlic is the spiciest in the world. This is not just a saying, it's fact. One of my mentors, in fact, my chief mentor in this field represented Nigeria some years ago in Israel where they had a showcase of our herbs and our spices. And after testing, it was discovered that Nigeria's ginger from the northern part of Nigeria was proven to be the spiciest in the whole of the world. So they celebrated Nigeria in West Africa, you know, like that. So it's amazing. And we have these things we can get these things without having to break the bank. So perhaps you say, oh, I can't do the work. Every time I'm peeling ginger, I'm peeling garlic, you're making excuses. We have companies that do processed ones. For example, at Nature First, we do processed and packaged ginger and garlic powder such that you can just take and add to your meals and you're good to go. So you must be intentional about boosting your immunity. We have turmeric, we have black seed oil. I always preach it. I said people should take this things to boost their immune system. It's not after the sickness hits, then you are running around to look for what to take, which is better. Prevention is 100 times better than cure. Quickly, I'll move to the next point. Okay, I just added that. So some of the other spices you can explore in your meals are coriander, fennel, cinnamon. I've talked about how I use it in the smoothie, mint leaves, and all of that. Now, another fascinating thing is you see some people who take a lot of sweets, minty sweets or gums. They chew gums every now and then. You don't understand that those things, those sweets, those gums, they contain sugar. Some of them that don't contain sugar contains other sweeteners that are even more harmful than sugar. You read the label, you see things like sorbitol and all of that. Those are sugars. And you say, no, I don't eat sugar, but I always like to chew gum to keep my mouth fresh. You can replace that with mint. I bought mint a couple of days ago for 2 days ago actually, for 100 naira. 100 naira mint was enough to make the smoothie I was making for the family, and I kept it in the kitchen shelf. It even dried out, and I kept the dried leaves because you can use it, put it in a cup, put hot water, allow it to steep, and it becomes mint tea. So all of these things. So if you say you want fresh breath, you can even take that dry leaf of mint and put in your mouth. It feels like peppermint. It feels exactly that way. So you get that and you get more value and without the extra artificial sugars. So these are adjustments that you need to make, but nobody is going to make them if you don't make this adjustment. Nobody is going to do it for you. Now, another thing I would like to talk about is set water goals for your family. Please write this down. Set water goals for your family. Set water goals for your family. As a parent, whether a father or a mother watching this, you need to set water goals for your family. In this home, for adults, we ensure that we drink at least 3 liters of water. Get bottles, fill water, put it in the fridge if you like to drink cold water, or you say in your water dispenser, you must finish total number of glasses every day. And when you do, you reward yourself for it. It could be a little shout out, a clap, and oh, well done. So when my kids go to school, I fill up their bottles. By the way, I get them very big water bottles, and then I have extra water, right? I get them that, and I said, if you finish your water today, oh, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to give you a tight hug. I'm going to do this and that. So they are getting these things early. So set water goals. Every day as an adult, we must do minimum of 3 liters. This big bottle water that we have around, in the house, in the offices, 2 of it is 3 liters. So set a target and say, oh, every day I must finish this. Now, what this does for you is water is the #1 detoxifier. If every member of your family is loading up on drinking water, make sure they are having healthy amounts of water daily, you won't be having issues of constipation in your home. Every now and then, some people are in the pharmacy trying to get drugs to relieve constipation. But something as simple as drinking adequate water every day can take care of that issue. So set water goals and keep it. Another thing is drinking adequate water helps balance your blood pressure and your blood sugar level. So water is a natural cleanser. Please set water goals. The another point I would like to make is get adequate sleep. I beg you. This is an era where everything is in our bedroom. There's extra TV in your bedroom. There's your phone is on your hand. You can watch your phone. Your phone charger is by your bedside. So you can be charging and you can be lying down and you can be watching TV or pressing your phone. Please, we are adults because we can take decisions and we can stand by them. We are parents because we are believed to be responsible. We can take decisions and we can stand by them. What you are to do is, when it's sleep time, put away gadgets. If possible, keep mobile gadgets that beeps, rings, and all of that cause distractions at night. Keep them away from your bedroom. Let your bed be a place of peace and rest. A lot of adults are sleep deprived, and that's why we see a lot of lack of concentration among adults, among young people. We see a lot of issues like character issues. We see irritability because almost 247 they are pressing their phones. They can't even have the discipline to drop those phones. And when people lack discipline in simple areas like this, it affects other areas of their life. It affects issues like setting of goals, pursuing those goals, and achieving those goals. Because if you set a goal, before you know, as you're trying to pursue it, a video pops up. You say, let me watch this skit. Before you finish watching the other, and you find out at the end of the day, especially in the era of social media, you find out that you go around the circle, scrolling mindlessly, and that day is gone. So adequate sleep is necessary. Sleep too is medicine. So it's not all the time to talk about natural remedies. You're expecting me to go and pound one concoction or say, come and drink. No, sleep is medicine on its own before you even begin to talk of the other things. So sleep also helps reduce your stress levels. So quickly, I just have a few minutes. Let me begin to dish some natural remedies that you should know. Natural remedies for headaches. Your head is banging, you just came back from work or your business place or from the day's activities, your head is banging. The first thing should not be, where's my paracetamol? Oh, where's my aspirin? Where's the first aid box? That shouldn't be the first thing. The first thing should be, let me go and drink lots of water. Let me take lots of water. Another thing that you can do is to take teas, herbal teas. For example, cinnamon tea. Cinnamon is a natural relaxant. It has, apart from the aromatic effects that it has the ability to help you relax. So you could make a hot cup of cinnamon tea, just get a teaspoon or half a teaspoon. A teaspoon is even too much. Half a teaspoon of the powder, put it in a cup, stir and drink. At Nature First, we produce pure cinnamon, the real cinnamon powders. So get that. Another herb that can help is chamomile. Chamomile also is also very good for stress relief. You take all of these natural teas, drink lots of water. How about considering going to bed to sleep, to have an early night sleep? Then when you wake up in the morning, you try these things for the first 2 days. If it persists, then you can now say, okay, let me consult my doctor. So, but if every point in time you feel a headache or you feel body pain, the next thing you're doing is stopping your system with drugs, you are wrong. You are not setting the tone for a wholesome, a healthy, and happy family. You need to set the tone in your home. So also, by the time your children see you practice this, I remember the other day, my daughter said something was, her tummy was doing her, that I should come and give her ginger tea. Ginger tea to drink. So I was like, what's the relationship? Your tummy is disturbing and ginger tea. But then I mixed it, put some little ginger in water, I added a little honey, and I gave her to drink. And I asked her, how do you feel now? She said she feels better. And it was funny, but it was amazing. So she now understands that if she has an upset or headache or something, the first thing is not to look for drugs. The first thing is to look for a natural relief. I hope we are getting this point. So another thing is for children, please give them fruits that are rich in vitamin C, yes, to help boost their immunity. Orange in Nigeria is almost round the clock. We always literally have orange. Give them orange to take, give them watermelon to take, right? And so, but it's for those who may have teenage daughters here, teenage daughters or daughters who are getting into puberty and they're beginning to see their menstruation and their periods, it's important that you introduce them early to fenugreek. Recently, we had someone visit us in the family and she has this crazy menstrual pain. And so she got talking to me about it, that if her period is on, everybody in the whole household, whether visitors, they will know that she has a period because she'll be writhing in pain, rolling around the floor and all of that. And so I told her that then yeah, in the right place, this is an end to it. And she was like, how? And I'm like, I have something for you. And so I made her drink fenugreek like 3 days before her period, and she took fenugreek tea. Her period came, and she didn't even know until she got into the bathroom and she saw a stain. That was when she realized that, oh, I'm on my period. This was someone, I'm talking of something as recent as this month. This was someone who over the years, and she's not even a teenager, this is a young adult already, someone who is almost 25. So, but this is something she had been suffering before now and had no idea about. So instead of just popping the next Selvin, or say go and take Selvin from the fridge, or go and take, or you buy drugs and arrange and keep. No, as simple as fenugreek seeds, they can help take the care of that issue. What would that also do for that child? It will also help the child ensure that their hormones are well balanced and stable. We have a lot of young people today with hormonal imbalance. I talk to so many of them almost every day. You see them at 22, 24, their periods are irregular, they have breakouts here and there, you know, their hormones are playing, terrible and crazy mood swings, all of these experiences. Some herbs can take care of it. As simple as fenugreek. It's not even expensive, but people don't know. A lot of people don't know it. So if you're in this conference, this is a plus for you. Get them to take it. Or you're a mother in this conference, you're still battling with menstrual pain. Just keep a bottle of fenugreek powder. We produce it at Nature First. Keep a bottle on your shelf. When it's time for your period or days before your period, take it 2 days, 3 days to your period. You won't even have all of those cramps and pain. So how about for young boys? You begin to have teenage sons. Some of them, you know, in school, they tease each other. They say, oh, you don't have bed. Why is your own bed, your jaw as empty as a desert? You know, and you see some of these young boys, they begin to go to get some harmful chemicals to rub on their jaws so that they begin to grow beds. So what do you do as a mother to such a child? There's something you can do. This same fenugreek I talked about, get the powder, infuse it in oil, any carrier oil, maybe like pure coconut oil or sesame oil, something, just infuse it in a natural oil. Allow it to rest for some weeks, and then afterwards, give it to the child. They will use it. If you can also infuse some rosemary into the oil. These herbs have the potential to, you know, improve and fasten hair growth, not just on the jaw, and on the head too. So you have that kind of child battling with that. So instead of that child, you know, going to hide behind getting chemicals that his colleagues in school are getting, say, why don't you tell him that, oh boy, this is your bed. I'm not seeing, I'm not seeing any hair though. Just tease him the way he teases himself as well. And just say, okay, how about taking this oil? Okay, use it now. Let it help your ministry. You know, something as fun as that. What you are doing is you are building a culture of trust in nature in your home. So, and when they grow with this, they will live to be thankful to you. I have people that say, oh, when I was growing up with my mother, I just pound this or boil this leaves and what to drink and the fever is cleared. Oh, I miss my mom. You hear statements like that. We should do more with the knowledge that we have as parents in the 21st century. For glowing skin for women, you say, oh, I have a lot of them. People ask me, what do you use on your skin? When I tell them I share butter, they'll be like, how? Because I said it in a video recently on my post, and I say, food helps you to glow. The right kind of food helps your skin to glow, to shine naturally. So foods like carrot juice, turmeric and milk, it's called golden milk. When you mix turmeric powder with milk, just stir and drink. It's called golden milk because turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, which is anti-aging. It helps you. Use it to cook your meals, your stews, and all of that. You see that you begin to glow. Now, for those who probably eat their watermelon and throw the seeds away, you're throwing treasures away. Watermelon seeds contain something we call biotin. Biotin is very good and essential for healthy hair, healthy skin, right? And healthy nails. So your nails are always brittle, always breaking, and all of that. And then you are eating your watermelon and throwing the seed away. You are throwing the solution to that, to a healthy nail away. So biotin contains, watermelon seeds contain that B vitamin, contains biotin, which helps improve nails, hair, and skin looks. So if you say, perhaps you may say, I don't like to chew the seeds. I don't like the way it feels. You can make it into a smoothie. You can blend it in to make it easier to take. Or you can even dry it and blend it into powder. We do that for some of our clients at Nature Fest. So you can also do that, right? So for men, if there's a man or if there are men listening to me, please, I want you to know that it's important that as a man, you begin to pay attention to your prostate, especially a man between 40 years and above. You begin to pay particular attention to your prostate. Prostate health, prostate issues, prostate cancer is responsible for a lot of deaths, especially now. So please, as a man, 40 and above, you need to pay extra attention. So what are the natural ways? Pumpkin seeds contains zinc, natural like zinc, which is very, very great for prostate health. So you're a man or you're a woman on this call, and then your husband is at least 40 and up, or even 35 and up. Please begin to pay attention. Begin to add like pumpkin seeds to his meals. We have it in powder at Nature Fest. You can also get it from the market. You can get whole pumpkin, chop it, get him to eat it. If he doesn't want to eat the pumpkin pulp, you can get out the seeds, dry it, and get him to eat it, or add it, or make it into powder and add to his meal for him to enjoy. So these things can help. In the long run, when he gets to 60s, 70s and above, he's not going to be so bothered about, all of these prostate issues that men of that age bother about. But this is the right time to begin to build all of these things. You don't do it when you get there. You do it now, so that in the future you begin to reap the benefits of these investments. Now, another point I would like to make here is many people, especially parents in their 40s, parents in their 50s, somehow you parents. Have we or have we realized that, I beg your pardon, somehow you become a parent to your own parents. You begin to tell your parents, oh, have you eaten today? Have you slept today? Probably your parents are in their 60s, 70s, and all of that, or 80s. You begin to ask them questions. Oh, some of them are on their medications. You say, have you taken your medication? And all of that. So you see that you now become both a parent to your children and a kind of parent to your own parents. So one thing we're also doing at Nature Fest is a program that we have coming up, which is our Parent Care Program. In this program, we share nutrition-based advice for the elderly and for seniors. That program is just for the elderly and for seniors. So it's for people who have elderly parents, but they want them to be well taken care of and probably don't have the time. So you can send them to us. We give them nutrition-based advice, daily health improvement tips, wellness activities for each day that they can do to improve their health. We show them how to exercise right, provide them emotional support. Another thing that we do that is fantastic for any elderly parents that enroll for that program is every month as a bonus we send them Nature First products for free. So Nature First Parent Care Program is another thing that you can also, key into for for elderly parents or for seniors. Also, perhaps you have your parents, your grandparents, you can enroll them and we send them videos, we send them tons of activities that they can do to improve their health. Even when you are not there, without your input, we provide them all of those things. We call them, we send them messages and all of that. So it is important. Now, perhaps you have parents in that age category who are struggling with issues like arthritis, high blood sugar. How can you help them? For example, if you have parents battling high blood sugar, guava leaves is something that you can use to also help them. How can you use guava leaves to help them? You can get the guava leaves. I have a client, and what she does is after she gets her product, she goes home, she has a guava tree in her house, and then she takes two of the leaves, just two of the leaves, and then she chews it every day, just like you would chew carrots. I tell you, it is amazing. It will help lower the blood sugar and control it significantly. So you're getting this as a plus. If you have a parent battling this, or you could boil it and have them take it as tea, or you could add it with cucumber, cucumber, lemon, add the leaves, blend everything and make it into a smoothie for them. Another thing you can do for parents, probably you have parents that have that battling with arthritis, is to ensure that every day of their life, turmeric is included in their diet. Turmeric is very good. It has very good anti-inflammatory properties. So they can take turmeric as tea, they can add it to their smoothies, they can add it to pap, they can add it to oats, they can add it, just pour on their meals and eat. And perhaps somebody here is saying, oh, I don't like that because turmeric has a strong color, it's going to stain their teeth and all of that. How about scraping turmeric? Just scraping it, cutting it into 2 chunks. And instead of them popping pills every day, they pop turmeric, chunks of turmeric, and swallow with water, just like they would do with their regular medication. So all of these things will help. So that's the anti-inflammatory property in turmeric will help soothe all those aching nerves, all those joints that are painful, that are aching, and all of that. So I can see that my time is fast spent. This is 2 minutes past 5 already. So we can connect after now. If you have your questions, you can send them. I also have my book, Natural Remedies Everybody Should Know. It's going to be on promo before the end of this month in soft copy, and it's also in hard copy. You can read to learn more. There are tons of other natural remedies here that you can use to benefit your family. So thank you so much. I hope you got value in this session. We can't hear you. I don't know if it's just me.
Oh, I was not muted. I was muted.
Okay.
Sorry okay. Thank you so much. So I'm saying thank you. God bless
You're
you.
welcome.
Do we have any questions? We just take only one question if we have any question before we let our speaker go. There's so much that we have gained from you, so many things to implement, and to do. One major thing I got is, water. Now, I have a question. Yeah, I do water, and sometimes, having to ease yourself, you're going out. For me, once I take water early in the morning, because I take water to just like detoxify, sometimes I take lemon, sometimes I take it with ACV, to just wash. But the amount of time I will go to the toilet in an hour can be up to 6 times,
Wow.
So you just yes, because I take a lot of water at once, so it makes me go often, and I don't really like that. So but I still have to keep at it. So most times if I'm going out, I don't do that. I try not to.
Especially when you'll be in an environment where you can't easily access the restroom, then you need to avoid that for that day.
Yeah, so that's what I do. So that's just the way it goes, right? You have to pay. There's no remedy for that. Madam Nature.
Yeah. Okay, actually, yeah, it's your system. Our body system actually differs. And so for some people, they could take a glass of water, take 2 glasses, and their body system won't even react in any way. So you understand your body system, you understand how it works for you. So if you find out that if you take water, you're going to be peeing as much as up to 6 times in an hour, then you have to either reduce the quantity. Instead of just gulping a whole glass down at once, you could make it into sips. You take sips, then probably when you are home or you're in a comfortable place in the office where you can easily access the restroom, then you can take all the water that you need. It's better to go pee in the bathroom than to have, problems from not taking enough water. Okay, so I think Z's network. So probably I just give her time to get back in the show. But then if there's any question, I don't think I can see questions from my end here. So if there's any question, someone can please type it out, and let's get to it while Z comes back to make the announcement. If you have a question, you could just put it out while Z comes back to make the announcement. This conference continues right after now. Please don't go anywhere. The first speaker has spoken. It was amazing. How to resolve conflicts in marriage. I think if you missed that session, it's something that you should go back and watch. The link is in the group. So please go back and watch the session. And if you also missed yesterday's sessions, please find the links in the group on the Facebook group and ensure that you watch them. And right after now, we'll have another session and another session and another session for today. So please, every session is packed, value packed, trust me. And you're going to get so much value for your time. So please do well to stay back. Hoping that Z comes back any moment from now. I think her network was taking her out, but I'm sure she's going to be back any moment from now. So please, and if you also have not followed the registration link, the registration link for this conference, tinyurl.com/TAC conference 4. So please do well to follow that link so that you also get prompts on every session that starts. So thank you very much for your time. To connect with me after here on Facebook, Priscilla Kenneth Obi is my name on Facebook. Kenneth is CANICE-OBI, Priscilla Kenneth Obi. So we can connect on Facebook, and then you continue to share, we'll continue to learn and to share together. Thank you so much, everyone, and let's all have a beautiful evening. Let's all have a beautiful evening.